Well, viewers, are we oversensitive as a society? Have we lost our sense of humor? Are we quick to react, quick to target celebrities, even when it's an innocuous, harmless statement? Troll armies, bullies, hardliners, ideologues, someone or the other is always offended. Take the recent example of Rashmika Mandana. Let me sum up for you what happened. Rashmika is starring in an upcoming Bollywood movie called Mission Manju with Siddharth Malhotra. She was at the launch of the song Rabba Janda. This is when she had something to say about Bollywood romantic songs, something that is now going to haunt her for a long time, given the kind of reactions that's coming in. But I will read out to you what she said exactly. Bollywood romantic songs were a thing for me while growing up. Romantic songs meant Bollywood numbers. In South, we have mass masala, item numbers and dance numbers. So that was it. That was what Rashmika Mandana said. Why has it drawn the ire of many from her own fraternity? Rashmika was simply expressing her love for Bollywood's romantic ballads. And if you look at her comment, it just sounds like she's talking about her love for romantic Bollywood songs. It's a different matter that she drew a parallel with South Indian movies, and that is where she stepped into a landmine, it seems. On the face of it, it sounds like a completely harmless comment, but a lot of people does not think so. Rashmika's comment on music from the South has irked the Kannada, Telugu and Tamil audience. They immediately questioned the actor's knowledge regarding music from the industry that launched her. So a harmless comment in a way, that was someone's personal opinion, has turned into a major debate over whether an actor should even exist in that industry. This is not the first time that Rashmika Mandana found herself in the middle of a controversy. Just last month, she was talking about her journey and how she became an actor, but she refrained from mentioning the name of the production house, Paramva Studios, that launched her. That was not taken kindly. In fact, it was a movie that was co-founded by Rakshit Shetty, her former fiancé. So fans were irked by her attitude and slammed her for being ungrateful and expressing her gratitude to Rakshit Shetty's production house. Not just that, Rashmika Mandana stars have been targeted over and over again. She and others of her ilk in that sense have been targeted for speaking their mind. Case in point, Shah Rukh Khan, the Bollywood superstar, can't seem to escape controversy. He has been grabbing headlines for a long time now, and especially now for his movie Pathaan. But even if he says something, he gets into trouble, and if he does not speak or does not comment, even that is not taken well. So the question here is, can actors not just speak their minds anymore? Why is there so much outrage over one person's personal opinion? Are actors soft targets no matter what they say or what they do? These are the questions I would like you viewers to consider. And what I will do is I will introduce our panelists here to help you get perspectives on the matter. Let me introduce here joining us on Beyond the Headline, Ravi Rai, film and television writer, producer and director, Abu Malik, Indian singer and music composer, Rahul Ishwar, activist, Manvi Taneja, actress and women's rights activist. Thank you so much for joining me here on Beyond the Headline. Let's begin with ladies first. Manvi, I want to come to you first. Like I said, you know, sometimes an innocuous comment, one doesn't even realize that it can trigger this kind of a controversy. But the argument here, and just to be the devil's advocate, is that Rashmika has ignored her roots. She's forgotten where she came from. Here is a case of someone kicking the ladder. How would you respond?
Freedom of choice, freedom of expression, the way one wants to express. And I believe that it is an individual choice, the way she wants to express. But yes, I do agree that post-COVID, if you see the trend, audience is more inclined towards the South cinema. And now few dance numbers did extremely well at the box office, like Nacho Nacho in KRR or Mehbooba in KGF 2. And if you talk about the item song, Pushpa's Oo Antama was a great heart-winning across India. And but you cannot ignore Bollywood. Bollywood also did very well, as in, yes, they create more and more of romantic songs. And one is example, we have been talking about it, Besharam Rang. It's crossed 145 million views. It's a romantic song. Kesariya Tera from Brahmastra. It was also heart-winning song. But at last, I would say that it doesn't matter. It's Tollywood, or Tollywood is capable of creating more item songs or dance number, or Bollywood creates a romantic song. It is what an India cinema is delivering to their audience. Because if a movie is nominated in an Oscar, we would never say that it is a Bollywood or a Tollywood movie. It will we would always say that an Indian movie is nominated in Oscar.
Yes, that's a fair point. Ravi Rai, do you agree that, this North-South divide is something that should not come up in the first place, and Rashmika should not have brought it up? Why even draw this comparison? Why even, now start talking in favor of Bollywood just because now you've got better opportunities, or you're acting in big, Hindi movies? There'll always be, someone out there who will think that the moment you have stepped into Bollywood, now you have started trashing South film industry. Is that how you are reading this?
No, Afrida, to begin with, I mean, I wonder what has Rashmika said. Usne bola kya? She only said that I've grown up listening to Bollywood songs. Hai na? Then there was somebody on the stage who intercepted, and he said, ki, oh, we've heard Sami Sami. And she said, oh, yes, we also have item numbers there. That is the conversation which is visually there. Now tell me one thing, Afrida. This is something which anybody can say. We've grown up on हम तो यार रहमान और इलैयाराजा को सुनते हैं. Now should the Bollywood tear me apart?
No, but sensitivities are very fragile here, Mr. Rai.
No.
The fact that she was catapulted to fame in the South film industry, one expects her to be sensitive to that. The people who made her famous in the first place, and not trash romantic songs from the South movies, saying they are masala numbers, item numbers, but I prefer Bollywood. That didn't go down well, it seems.
You see, the issue today on the Twitter was, she's a traitor, she's a cheater, she's migrating to Hindi cinema. Arey yaar, was Vaijayanti Mala, Hema Malini, were they traitors? Were they cheaters? Was Jaya Prada and Sridevi cheaters? No. A.R. Rahman scores music for Hindi movies. Ilayaraja does that.
Okay.
SP Bala, no, listen to me.
Yes.
SP Bala Subramaniam on record has gone and said that Mohammed Rafi is not a human being. He is God for me. And one person, now you can't just, we are all Indians. I don't know why South Indians, when it comes to Bollywood, they are eager to write premature obituaries of Bollywood. जैसे Bollywood कभी exist हुई नहीं. I mean, we never made Mughal Azam, we never made Sholay, we never had Amitabh Bachchan, we never had the Three Khans. We मतलब in the last 1 year, their attitude towards Bollywood is joote maro inko. I mean, this is something which Rashmika just spelled her mind out. I mean, NTR, Junior, Afrida, just 1 minute. Junior sure. NTR and Ram Charan in one of the shows said ki we've been grown up watching Bollywood stars and Bollywood films in schools, and that's what our growth was. So what's wrong in saying that? I don't think there is anything. And why don't you, for once, say that we are all Indians? I mean, Pushpa belongs to us.
Yes.
Now we should, us versus they should stop, and it
Absolutely.
never exists.
I agree with you there. This whole problem, Rahul Ishwar, do you also concede with that? The whole problem has come because we have started doing this North-South divide. As Mr. Ravi Rai says, why do we make it us versus them? It's all us Indians. What is the need to draw these parallels and to draw these comparisons? Yes.
Afrida,
Okay, finish your point, then I'll go to Mr. Rahul Ishwar.
I came to know about Pushpa when I heard the lines, Pushpa क्या flower समझे थे क्या, fire है मैं, झुकेगा नहीं. So these are the lines that made it pan-India. David Warner doesn't say these lines in Telugu. I mean, the changing guards in the English palace, they don't say these lines in Telugu. They say the lines in Hindi. But that should not be a pride for Bollywood. It's a film that is made by India. We are proud of it.
Any
So
work
for
of
God,
art for that matter,
absolutely.
art should transcend all boundaries, isn't it? Rahul Ishwar, where do you stand
Synergy,
on this issue?
yeah, the problem is this was unconsciously perhaps forgotten by Rashmika ji. She's a national crush, she's a brilliant actress, a great dancer, but unconsciously she has kicked up the storm because she has given a comment that she is triggered the North-South debate. She should not have, being public personalities, being celebrities, being looked upon by the entire nation, all the movie stars or cricket stars. These two are the great two religions of India. So they should be responsible as to not triggering any kind of debate like this. Yes, there is a synergy of North and South that should be there. We have Kamala Hassan, Rajinikanth, you have Nasruddin Shah or Amitabh Bachchan. There are brilliant stars, they are pan-Indian stars, and we should celebrate it. But what Rashmika ji did was demean South India in one particular tone, which many people felt
No, for
it was
you, it's a
outrageous.
matter of
And please remember,
interpretation, Mr. Rahul Ishwar. You interpreted as if it was demeaning. I did not find it so at all. It's a matter of individual interpretation, and why do we generalize and why do we make it sound as if that's the gospel here? Here is somebody who's just said something as a personal opinion, a matter of personal choice and preference. That doesn't one have the right to do so?
That's the reason why, along with liberty, we need to have responsibility. Along with creativity, we need to have sensitivity. And being public personalities, they should be more mindful of their words. They should be mindful of their choice. Yes,
but this is also dangerous, isn't it? If you are a southern superstar, you're not allowed to like Bollywood. You can't like romantic Hindi movies. You have to first like South Indian romantic music before you express any love for
kind of demeaning thing
Bollywood.
Is not right. And please remember, we have people like A.R. Rahman, or we have Ilaiyaraaja sir, or so many other people. So saying that the South is not having romantic songs enough and only saying it is more of item numbers.
No, she didn't say that. And the people let's not misquote her. I have to put the quote back on air because, for viewers to know what exactly she said. She said, I prefer, for me, romantic music has been Bollywood. For a lot of us growing up, Mr. Rahul Ishwar, Bollywood, is something that has been, the romantic appeal in movies and Bollywood movies for many of us growing up. And why should somebody like Rashmika not speak her mind if that is her truth?
No, and people like Shah Rukh Khan has constantly said we should call it Indian movie industry. I think everyone agrees. But it was Rashmika ji who unconsciously triggered this debate. And, it is good that if public personalities don't bring this North-South divide, because we already know we have that kind of a debate in the past. We already know that's a fault line, if I can use that word. And even, Ajay Devgan and Kicha Sudeep debate we have seen in the past saying the Hindi. So there is a touchy point. So it is ideal that these kind of pan-Indian celebrities avoid, poking into a touchy point or avoid picking on a fault line. There are some things that, they should be mindful and cautious while they say.
Avoid picking on a fault line. Abu Malik, what do you say? I mean, you are a singer, a music composer. I imagine music should transcend language barriers, state barriers. But, there are people who disagree with that kind of a point of view as well.
I actually nearly agree with what Rashmika Mandanna has said, that not only her, I would say Indians all over the world, living everywhere, in every city in the world, including India, have been bought about Bollywood romantic songs. Because we have been the Basha of romance music. We have lived on that music, And she also says that the South Indian music is more about dance numbers and item numbers. It's not wrong. What she said is not wrong. In that part of the world, there is a lot of dance. We have made a lot of remakes films in this side, and we've had those dance numbers actually dubbed in Hindi.
It is not wrong, Abu Malik. The problem is that, the moment you are a public personality, you have to exercise some responsibility, is what Mr. Rahul Ishwar says. You're not allowed to speak the truth all the time unfiltered. You have to exercise a sense of responsibility in what you're saying.
This is the truth. The fact remains that we are really kings of making romantic music, and we have lived. Just remember all the songs that you have heard all your life. Your parents have heard, everybody all over. We just connect to our Indian love songs over these 4, 5, 6 decades of music that has come out. Of course, there have been lovely numbers like Dum Machale, and Ek Do Teen, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are hundreds of dance numbers also. I don't say we have not made dance numbers, etc. There are a lot of item numbers, baby doll, you can name it. What? Tune mari antiyan, dil mein baji ghantiyan, tang, tang. All these things are there. But romance is the king for us. In our section, in the Bollywood sector, romance songs are the final. You think of a romantic number, it's so beautiful. You think of Kakati Patang, you talk of Aradhna, you talk about so many movies of beautiful music. They're all about love songs. Why don't we agree to the fact?
It is.
What
I
she
don't
has
think
said is
anyone
right.
can dispute that. Rahul Ishwar,
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
anyone can
okay. What she
dispute
said,
that.
it's not
We
only
have-
The
we
her
have-
beauty
opinion,
of
it's
the
my
romantic
opinion.
songs in Bollywood. But, you know, the issue here is, Manvi Taneja, did you grow up on the Bollywood romantic numbers?
Yes, I did.
You did. And you
Yes,
do
but
feel
all
that
did.
the appeal is...
Everybody did.
It is. Let's all agree
Yeah,
on that.
we
So let's
cannot
agree on that.
mix
We
Bollywood
grew up
and
on that
Tollywood
music.
because
And
they are.
now we say we are trying to disassociate ourselves कि हम dance भी करते, dance भी कर. अरे dance
But to
नहीं
be
करते.
fair,
Dance
Rashmika
बहुत
said
ज़्यादा
South
करते.
films have
Hello?
great item numbers, have great content, but when it comes to romantic songs, well, I have my loyalties with
Romantic
Bollywood. That's all
songs,
she said,
Bollywood,
actually.
And beautiful dance acts.
Yes.
South. जो fact है. Let's face it. We are trying to camouflage things and say what she said is said perfectly. When I think of dance numbers and all, I think of all these Bollywood numbers. I mean, sorry, all the South songs, etc.
No,
When I
dance,
think of love
she
songs,
said South. Dance numbers, item numbers, she said I prefer South.
Yes,
romantic
South. And
numbers,
Bollywood is all about
romantic
romance.
songs, she said my
Yes.
personal preference is Bollywood. That is where
रात को सोते
she
हैं,
has drawn
रात को
the
सोते
ire.
तो भी रोमांटिक गाने सुनिए
हाँ.
रात को सोते तो भी रोमांटिक गाने हमारे दिमाग में बजते हैं वो सब बॉलीवुड के होते हैं we don't think of south numbers at that time we just sing taki or taki or taki taki then we think of south songs I don't think you remember a single Bollywood I mean a south
No, but in
love
any
song
case,
that
it's a
comes across.
matter of choice. It's a matter of individual taste and
Yeah.
preference, I would
And
say.
actually,
It's a
we
matter
are
of
Indian
preference.
films.
And everyone
We
should
are
have
Indian
the right
films.
to have one's individual preference. Yes, Manvi, you were saying
Yeah.
something.
Yes, I was saying that Bollywood and Tollywood, we should not mix them because these two woods they are capable of delivering best of their abilities and they have their different expertise. Now, if you talk about Bollywood, they can create more of a mixture, romantic plus masala, so that they can attract multiple audience. And I have example also, Ghungru Toot Gaye. You can see in the starting it's a romantic song, and then later on it was just like an item number. And even for the Malang, if you talk about Malang title track, its starting is a little bit of romantic, and then it is an item song. So they try to create such songs that are that can attract multiple audience and that can be viewed by multiple people. So they are different as in industries. One should not mix it.
Yes, Ravi Rai, I find this a little objectionable that if you are from South, you and if you are a Southern superstar, you have to first pledge your allegiance to South's film industry and the South music. Why
Yeah,
can't
there is-
you prefer North? I mean, some of us prefer Hollywood, movies over Bollywood movies as well. Why can't I if I want to?
Afrida, the very first thing I would want to ask is what is the difference between Rashmika's I've grown up on Bollywood music and Ram Charan saying that I've grown up on Bollywood stars. I mean, both the statements have no much of a difference. Okay, leaving that aside. Now let me. Now, if you ask me, Ravi Rai, whom do you think were the best bowlers in the cricket your lifelong? I would say Waqar Yunus and Wasim Akram. We haven't produced. So do I become a traitor, a cheater? No, you can see that.
Yes.
And matlab Waqar, there has nobody been like Wasim Akram. We haven't produced. But if you say कि डंडा मारूंगा कपिल देव का नाम नहीं लिया तो now that is if we are reaching that position. And let me also tell something. Let me also remind. I mean, Abu knows that Abu has been a brilliant music director himself. HMV Afrida had closed buying rights 35 years ago. Till today, HMV makes huge money than these private audio companies only because on the remixes, only because on the ringtones of Mohammed Rafi, Lata Mangeshkar, Kishore Kumar, Manna De, Mukesh. Let me tell you this. You
Yes.
can look at the figures. That is Bollywood music. HMV is still alive, and if you want to have a right of the song that we use, वो 1.5 करोड़ 2.5 करोड़ से कम नहीं लेते. That's am I right, Abu, in saying that?
I'm sure Mr. Abu Malik will agree.
Yes. And my point there is यार बाबर आजम अच्छा है, बाबर आजम अच्छा है, अब तुम मुझे सूली पे लटकाओगे क्या? I mean, what nonsense are we talking about? There is a girl who came on stage and it wasn't she just said, I've grown up there. And Acha, tell me one thing.
But you know, the issue is with these trolls. The issue is with the hardliners, the bullies. They're lurking everywhere.
No, but
These are the keyboard
Afrida,
warriors.
but
They will
Afrida,
pick holes in each and everything. The point is, should we get bothered? Should we allow them to bother us?
No, in the last 1 year, post-COVID, Bollywood certainly has gone through flops. But the attitude of South has been, "मैं नहीं तो कौन बे?" अरे ऐसा नहीं होता यार. I mean, you come heavily on "मैं नहीं तो कौन बे" as if we have nothing here.
That's, you know, the serious part of this is that we allow the bullies to win if we let them get by with this. Rahul Ishwar, do you agree?
Yeah, nobody agrees with bullying and nobody's agreed with brutal trolling. But contentious comparisons can divide Twitter because people are touchy about their own culture, their own subculture, language, things are there. And one thing, just to revise, sir, as a South Indian too, we are all proud of Bollywood movies because we have all looked up bigger stars. For example, Amitabh Bachchan is as much as a bigger star for North India, also for South India. So there is always, and there was perhaps maybe 50 years back, after the independence period, there might have been this North-South debate more. That's the reason why it is always advisable for public personalities when they air stands, which can be comparison. That comparison can bring in problems. Had she said, I really love Bollywood music, I sleep and live over it, there would not have been any problem.
That's again, I don't know where to draw the line. I don't know how much restraint. Should they completely stop speaking? Well, these are questions open to the audience. I'm afraid I'm run out of time. There's some breaking news coming in.
Afrida,
very quickly, 10 seconds, sir. Yes.
Yeah, very, very quickly. You see, why should a word like item number hurt the southern? I mean, we are very proud of Helen G. Helen G. all her life did item numbers. I mean, she's one of the most, we revere her. I mean, she's the reverend
All
one.
I'm saying is all of these things are subjective and we should all be allowed to have our personal taste and preference. That is my humble point here. I end the conversation. Thank you so much for joining us, Ravi Rai, Abu Malik, Rahul Ishwar and Manvi Taneja. Thanks very much. We move on with some breaking news.